I am lucky to come from a family with several talented chefs, and when I was growing up, my cousin Kelsey and I would fantasize about someday being on Food Network shows. For the past several years, we have made Ina Garten's chocolate chip cookie cake together. The recipe follows one of a traditional icebox cake, which gained popularity in the Great Depression because it didn't require an oven, only an icebox or a non-mechanical small refrigerator. At age 20, Kathleen King opened Kathleen's Bake Shop out of one small space in Southampton, New York, which later became Tate's Bake Shop. Currently, King is fully separated from the brand, and they were sold to Oreo's international manufacturer Mondelez in May 2018, partially to help gain Tate's own international presence. The recipe starts by adding heavy whipping cream and mascarpone cheese, both dairy products. Since in the past we've used Whole Foods brand, I researched Whole Foods dairy. There is no fully clear indication of where Whole Foods gets their dairy from, as they market it as their own brand, but they did sign a deal with Atlanta Fresh Dairy, but very unfortunately left Atlanta Fresh bankrupt, as Whole Foods promised that they would buy 30,000 weekly gallons, but never followed through. They bought 10,000 gallons of dairy products per week, while Atlanta Fresh paid thousands to build a facility to process that amount and went into debt. Whole Foods claims to otherwise get all of their milk organically from family farms, but is criticized for costing 50 cents more to $1.50 more than other dairy products. Although for this time I substituted with just liquid coffee, King Arthur Flour's espresso powder is usually used. While espresso powder is known for enhancing chocolate flavor, more so than actual coffee flavor, with this cake being unbaked, it definitely adds a lot. Whole Foods cocoa powder is also used, and the cocoa comes from France, but generally the seeds of the cacao tree are found in Central and South Africa. To make the chocolate, the seeds and fruit are fermented and ground into a paste to make cocoa butter and cocoa liquor, the basis of any chocolate product. The original icebox cake recipe, printed on Nabisco Oreo cookie packages, contains regular whipped cream and chocolate wafer cookies, but this Mocha version sits in the fridge overnight just as any other icebox cake would. Living in Southampton herself, Ina uses Tate's cookies, and they're so delicious, how could I not? Even in times like these when we can't be together, the cake is still a symbol of sweetness and love in my family. To walk through the recipe in more detail, follow the measurements shown on the screen, place them into the mixer, and mix on medium speed until the mix forms stiff peaks. Form a layer of cookies on the bottom of the pan, breaking them to fit in the open spots if needed. Take 1/5 Mocha whipped cream, smooth it to form an even layer of whipped cream, and repeat by stacking the cookies. Repeat this process until the cake is complete and refrigerate overnight up to 12 hours.